beautiful morning to you. I'm so excited that you joined us this morning here in the city of Jos. It's a little bit chilly, but we're enjoying the weather. How is your place? How are you feeling? How is the weather at your side? I hope you're having a good time this morning. And we're so glad to come your way with another episode of today's live. And I have my capable crew, or rather cast, whichever you choose. And they are here to answer the question, why do people fall out of love? Yeah. They are going to be answering the question. I promise you. It's going to be a very nice segment. I have Engineer Tony, Jemima, and Solomon. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Jemima and Solo, thank you for joining me on this jam session.
You're
Is it
welcome.
jam or WAEC? Since we're answering questions. We have come to write jam on today's live.
It's okay. There are going to be a lot of questions.
You
Since
answer
I'm
any question you ask.
Before we answer, you answer first.
Definitely.
I am here to learn.
We're also learning as well.
So I'm going to
We are here
ask
to
you
cheat.
questions.
This is exactly. You are here to learn. We are here to cheat.
All right. So I know a lot of times we hear people saying that, why in the first place did I even think myself in love with this person, or why was I ever imagining that I loved this person, or how did I even get here? And you begin to say, oh no, you hear people saying that they broke up because he said or she said, I fell out of love. So why exactly? What would lead someone to make that conclusion that I'm no longer in love with this person? And in the first place, you were actually head over heels. So why would you get to that point that you say, I'm no longer in love with this person?
Well, before then, I think if we would understand what falling out of the love means, then probably would have an idea as to why.
Intelligentsia.
Because someone may just listen and say, okay, falling, probably is a circle. You fall in, you fall out. So, well, I think falling out of love, I would say, is the point where that emotional, romantic feeling and all of that stops, or should I say disappear? It ceases to
diminish.
exist. Diminish. Yes, the point
That's
where
the word.
all of those feelings, whatever made you to fall into the love initially, is no longer there to sustain the relationship. So at that point, you're practically falling out. So I would say that is falling out of love. Those emotional feelings, those physical attachments, all of the things that made you to start in the first place are no longer there. So at that point, you are stopping it. There's really a lot as to why people fall out of love, but I would say it depends on an individual. Because if you find 5 set of people that are in a relationship, or that were in a relationship, and you ask, why did you stop? This one will tell you a different reason, that one will tell you a different reason, 5 of them will tell you different reasons at all. But I feel that it gets to a point that you're no longer compatible. There are a lot of things that you thought could work out for both of you, and at that point it was no longer working out, so you stop. Because there's no point being in a relationship that you're heading nowhere, so you stop at that point.
This okay. It's
Well, me I feel,
Jemima, did you not skip the question she asked?
She said why?
Because she asked why, then you said maybe we should define what falling
What falling
Yes,
out
which
of
I
love.
tried to do.
No, you did.
Yes.
That was excellent.
Okay.
But you didn't say why.
Well, I said
because for me,
she
The
skirted around it.
definition was still what it
The
means to
reason.
fall out of love.
Mhm.
That's still the reason.
Okay, you're asking my own why.
I didn't ask.
Oh,
She
you
asked
know.
you.
Okay,
Do I have the right to
asking-
ask you anything? I don't ask. Who am I?
He's just asking whether whether you consider her question.
Also, that my question is being considered. Great, great.
Well,
yes, it has to be considered to be
Yeah.
answered.
yes, because
Oh,
today
we
is-
should answer
is-
by force.
Exactly.
Well, for me, I would say people fall out of love because they decided to. Because
Oh, today's life. People are learning different things on this show. I'm telling you. Go ahead, sir.
because in the first place, why did you fall in love? You must have a concrete reason, a convincing reason about why you are falling in that love. And then you decided that you will fall in. So for you to fall out, definitely you will have just decided that I'm falling out. Reasons may be like what you said. Now the person is discovering certain things that he feel well, he can no longer cope, and then he feel the relationship is just one-sided. One is suffering and one is catching cruise. And then to some they will feel, okay, for my sanity and because I know who I am and now I learn a lot and this is where I'm headed at, I think this journey is not taking me there, and they back out. But some people will still like continue pushing. But you see, the issue of relationship, some people fall in love out of ignorance in the sense that they have an idea of the reason why they are falling in love, but they don't have an idea of the person they are falling in love with. Do you get?
But Zemima, what are we doing on this set? So long she just finish everything.
Exactly. And
Please.
close.
Prudence. Me and you and Zemima should just solo should just fire up.
Okay.
It's just you have just less than 50 minutes, and I'm sure you have 2 hours worth of content about this topic.
No.
If you are saying all the things, what are we going to say in the show?
So basically, I'm trying to say some are just being casual. They are being manipulated, to fall in love.
I thought this
And then-
interruption will.
And
Distracting.
then,
Why he's still on track?
He's still there.
Please
still
go
on
ahead.
track.
Go ahead. We are listening. We are listening. Please
and
record
then-
this show. We need a playback.
and they bam, sooner or later the person is discovering who she or he is dealing with, and then they feel, no, I think I should just back up, and they will just decide to just leave everything. But to some, they are aware because they are just there for their selfish reasons. With that, I cannot just say truly they are in love, because something is dragging them, something is magneting them. So that thing that drag you or attract you, and then later on, the thing is not there. You are not seeing it coming. So for that reason, you will not see that patient pushing forward, making things work, because already in the first place, there's a selfish reason to it. So some of them, when you ask them why, they will not tell you the real truth, because in the beginning, it was a false reasons why they fall in love. So they will not tell you. They will give you excuses why they are backing out. while it's not the truth. So sometimes you will not even really tell who exactly is telling the truth for the reason that they have fell out of love. But to some are genuine. But to some, they feel because what they have said, the post they put out there on social media, what they said about the person, and the rest. So they begin to think of all those things, and then those emotions, those times that they spent, even when they know they are not supposed to, but they have given in. That regret will keep them in the relationship where already they are outside the relationship.
And falling out of love doesn't happen just like a time bomb. Like boom, one time like that. Is over time. Yes,
Even
it's
the
a
time bomb
process.
is timed.
Exactly. Even the time bomb is timed. So it happens gradually. There's something that happens, and then you keep nurturing that. Probably you're hoping it will get better. He would be better at this, and then gradually he's becoming worse like that, and eventually you feel, oh, I cannot take this anymore, and you're out. So sometimes you see the red flags. You're being told, hey, you're doing this, hey, you're doing that. Probably you don't take your partner serious, or you feel well, she won't go anywhere, or he won't go anywhere, he'll always be here, or with time I will change, and you're doing little or nothing about it. So you ignore whatever it is that person is saying, and eventually the love dies out.
So that's where people get to the point to say, I don't feel the spark anymore. And I intentionally used the word spark because I think that
Unbelievers have not helped the church. So all these cliches that they are coming up with, the church is helping promoting all this.
I feel that a lot of people enter or think or assume that they are in love. Although I was before this show, let me be sidetracked a little bit. Before this show, I was attacked and said they don't know why I'm on this show, but I am here, so I'm going to tell you what I think.
Even during the show, I think it was mentioned. So it's not about before.
And we still mention it after
the show.
Exactly. So it's not like we're scared of you.
Wow. Why am I always attacked on this show?
Just throw the questions. Share his question.
You know, the
answer,
truth is a bitter pill to swallow. So
My goodness.
It
But I'm
comes as
going
an
to say,
attack.
I'm still going to say what? I'm going to say my mind.
Okay.
I'm not going to be intimidated. No. All right. So as I was saying, a lot of times I think that people go into relationships for all the wrong reasons, and they think that they're in love. Like I said earlier, I specifically used the word spark because you have books to read, and you read books and you hear people saying, and she felt the spark, or he felt the spark, and they felt the spark, and that's why the relationship worked. It's not always that way. And there's also the part where people are just driven by mushy feelings. I'm borrowing Joyce's words here. Mushy feelings and all that, and that's the reason why they're in a relationship in the first place. But I'm not so sure that these are tangible reasons for you to be in love. There's a whole lot to do with love. I am of the opinion that love is hard work as much as it is feelings. It is the readiness that you go into it with. You're ready to put in effort to make it work. That's my opinion of love. And if you're not going in with that attitude, it would be easy to say that you would sooner or later fall out of the love because you're not even ready to put in the effort. Well, that's my opinion. But I really want us to give people like me out there an elaborate explanation as to really why.
Who are you?
Me?
People like you, who are you?
Single people, very single, and I don't know how to explain the single.
So you mean
Single
there are no,
people that are skeptical about going into the
Okay,
Love arena.
They are already looking at falling out before going in.
Some of us are, but some of us are not. Some of us are even afraid of entering so that we will not be disappointed.
Whatever you are afraid of will certainly come upon you.
Sure.
So it's better you have the information of how to deal with it. You see, I keep in recent times, I don't know why I keep talking about information on this show. Is basic, is primary. Information is not secondary.
Sure.
It is the foundation upon which your life stands on.
It's true.
Because it defines how you respond to things. Most of the people that have falling out of love is not bad. It's not wrong. It's not a sin. As far as I'm concerned. Me, personally. Not as far as today's life is concerned. But you see, if you are discovering these things at the level where you are already married, the Bible says God hates divorce. So I leave you with your conscience. But it does not mean when they are killing you there because God hates divorce.
Remain there.
You know, separation is not when two of you are apart. Separation is not when one person is away. Separation is when you agree that the marriage does not exist anymore. So wisdom should tell you that you can go to your mother's house and stay before the issue is settled. That's not separation. That's sabbatical. No, it's true. It's true.
That's not divorce. Yeah.
You need to have a place to go if you feel unsafe being with someone. People will not teach you this. But I'm sure if your daughter comes home with blood, sweat, and tears, you wouldn't want her to go back to that lion that is called a man. Should she be experiencing abuse in her relationship with her man? But let's be that as it may, let's come back to these people who need help.
Honestly.
They are ringleaders.
Yeah. They are ringleaders.
Generation.
Yes.
Do you know, Solo, have you noticed that Jemima and her cliches are far apart as night and day? You will never think that there is something mischievous that will come out of Jemima. And she will say it and look as though like she didn't talk for the past 3 days. What did you call her? Ring bearer?
Ringleader.
Ring leader. But honestly, if you leave me, why people fall out of love, I would say basically it's intentions. Because you go into a love relationship based on what you saw elsewhere. Most of the people that go into love relationship is what they... Okay, a lady took herself out, went to a restaurant, maybe, or a hangout spot, alone, with her money, and she sits and she's watching the scenario, the ambience, everything beautiful about the scenario. But the only thing, or the only one she noticed is alone, is she. She's the only one alone. Which was okay for her before she left the house.
I love that.
Yes, she was very okay with being alone. She knew that she was taking herself out. In other words, sweetheart, you'll be alone. Yes, I agree. And you left the house. She might even have her own car. These people might have come in the rain. She's comfortable. But one thing is missing. You know the problem? They know something is missing. But the answer they always give themselves is, a man is what is missing. That is the intention, and that is when you always have problem. When you always think, a man is missing in my life, a man will come and fill that space.
A man.
You have sense. You always think the intention is just to have a man.
Not the man. Or the right man. It's a man.
Man.
Figure.
When you just want to have a man, So you know how many men are in jobs that are also looking for the lady, a lady. These things they are temporary. You know, certain things exist in the mind of every woman, and these things are existential. Women are quite aware of the things that can harm them, but they always want to give it a try. I'm telling you. Haven't you ever been with a man that you heard wrong things about him, but you want to find out for yourself? In most cases, you start thinking, people are saying this just because they don't want me with the person. Koreans never see Saba. Until they make you eat fresh pepper. Fresh miango, they make you eat it and they open your eye, they put it inside. I'm just being metaphoric now. You can you can use that. Whatever is being described in your mind. You see, this issue of relationship, when a woman does not have worth, when a woman does not have qualities, when a woman basically or entirely does not know who she is, she gets anything.
It's true.
Not everything or anything. Any. That's why you hear at some point in the life of a lady, you hear things like man na man. Man na man. If he's a man, then he's a man. But I've said this over and over again. I am not a man because I have male sexual reproductive organs. Not because I have male features on my body. That's not what makes me a man. If that's what makes me a man, Solo is a man, I am a man, Hassa is a man, Moses is a man, every man is a man. Then any woman that is in our life should not complain for a second. We should just be perfect by having all the qualities all the features that a man should have on our body. It's the same with the woman. You are well shaped. You have the breast. You have, the buttocks. You have everything. You have the female reproductive organs within you. So I'm a female. Well agreed. But what is in your mind makes you that gender that you call yourself? Little wonder people wake up and they feel like being a woman. How can? So if you can complain about breakups, about falling out, complain about that as well. Because it's a decision. So the intention with which you went to that relationship is what determines the longevity of that relationship.
True. The intention is
Man, Solo, do you see how that guy dresses? His sneakers are always going with his pants and his top, and he will carry a hat and wear. And you know what? He doesn't wear a straight, he just points it. These are things that are appealing to women. And then the friend will be like, wow, I like that his brown car. No, that's his father's car, but his own are the other two, the BMW and the Mercedes. And you need to see how he drives. These are things. But the mistake, because women are the ones always falling out. That's why I'm addressing their issue. They miss their issues. They miss the issues. It's Moses Jai in the control. Issues. If you see the mistake that are commonly made by women, they hate to check inwardly, who is this person? What is this person made up of? Besides what I can see physically with my eyes, what can my mind see from his mind? Because it's not the function of the eyes anymore. It's the function of the mind. If you are not connected mind-wise, I need this material myself. Please, I want to watch this. Whoever is recording, I want to watch this, but edit this part that I say I need. Because if you are not connected, you like skyscrapers. The guy is comfortable with 2-bedroom flights. You like to be a career person. The person is comfortable with 200,000 naira monthly. You like your children to go to good schools, but he's like, Oh, see, cultism everywhere in these big schools. Just put them in LEA. You are thinking your children should be a doctor. No, my father is a farmer. All of us will farm. But you are still in love. Something is still magneting you to that person. I spoke to a group of ladies. God rest her soul, Joyce Iakwari and a few other ladies. I think they are a group of friends, and I went to address them one time. They invited me. And I told them, a lot of you are not happy in your relationship because you refuse to make a decision. The decision is that you walk away for the sake of your heart, your mind, for the sake of your sanity inwardly. But the question that was asked precisely by her was, what if you cannot help it? I said, help it. Because you see a signboard that says death,
And you still
And
and you say you cannot help it just because there is a bar of candy behind it. Just bar of candy behind the signboard. And they says, this is the line. When you cross it, you are dead. You say, that candy. No. They sell that candy in other stores. They are even cheaper. They have cold ones in the refrigerator. You make choices. But no, that one. What is it about that one? So have you heard ladies give you reasons why they cannot leave a man?
Very
Some of these
flimsy
reasons are
sometimes.
sensual. Some of these reasons are sexual. Some of these reasons are emotional. Some of these reasons are mushy. Some of these reasons are useless. Very stupid reasons.
I like that.
You see? Yes. You see? Paul said, it is good to be married. However, I wish that if you can be like me. People don't understand that. And it's the same Paul that said, they that are married shall have troubles.
In the same chapter.
Okay, it's the same chapter, right? So what makes you think you won't fall in and out regularly?
And you still fall back in.
But you see, there are positive reasons to this playing tennis, because going back and forth is how you play tennis. You go back and forth. So it's regular. You are playing tennis in the relationship. You go back and forth. But there can be positive reasons until you discover. Because we are not all perfect. Sometimes you need to try someone carefully to see if that is a person that is meant for you. I'm sure you tried your husband and he passed the test, maybe some, and you are still working on the rest, maybe. I don't know. Huh?
Yeah, true.
Okay. And you are still working on the rest, maybe. People cannot come to you total package. Only Jesus worked this at perfect. I don't know why wives are fighting their husbands. Only Jesus, if you have never been informed, only Jesus worked this at perfect.
Read your Bible.
Read your Bible, yes. They didn't say Tony will be perfect. Neither did they say Hassan. Osolo, I've made a case for the three of us.
And I don't think they are saying you must be perfect. They are only saying just walk.
And
Who are they?
Towards perfection.
The
Who are they?
wives.
Okay, they are telling your husband. They are telling their husband.
No, I'm saying you're actually trying to crucify us right now.
No, it's
So
not
I'm
you. I'm talking to the people that are expecting.
I'm saying the wives that are trying to push the husbands towards perfection are not expecting them to be a total.
So
perfect.
if you are pushing
They
me
are
towards
seeing
something
effort.
you know
At
I
least
cannot be,
work
why are you
towards
pushing?
it.
Why would you
Effort.
save your
Let's see your
strength?
effort.
It's
Let's see how
Why
much
won't you save
you
your
have to
strength?
put
Why
into
won't you
trying.
save your strength?
They
Say
want to
pushing,
see
now you are
effort.
saying walking. Already
let's
somebody
see
is
the
No,
effort.
walking.
You want
the
to
pushing
put.
is also a walk now.
Exactly.
No, I'm walking. I'm walking towards it.
No, some are not.
Wait. I'm walking towards perfection.
Why
And
do
then
you have to push me?
And then you are pushing me.
To help you move faster.
No,
Because probably.
You see,
I
that's where
determine my own speed.
you see,
No, probably the way you're going, you're too clumsy.
Do you know the fuel I have in the car?
No, time is ticking.
Do you know the level of fuel? Do you know if my engine doesn't have engine oil?
and don't forget.
Walking doesn't require fuel.
And don't forget, during the bargain, remember, you saw Maybach, you saw B2, you saw Peugeot, but you go for B2.
Yes,
you
and
are
I'm trying to
expecting
help
a
the B2
performance
right now.
of a Maybach.
No.
No.
I'm helping
I'm Osolo.
No.
Let the beetle not be too slow. we are trying
what is
to.
what is
We're
the
in a team
what is
here.
the what,
Don't make it look
team.
like we're.
You know how
we are a team.
Yes.
Agree.
Yes.
No, this
So,
one
as
we
your
are
team-
standing. We are
As your
standing.
team member, I'm trying to
to
help.
support
And I'm
Okay.
following you
support.
as we are going.
Yes,
I'm
we
not
are going
leaving you.
together.
I'm
So
holding my hands.
in summary, you are faster than me.
No.
No, we are
that's
going
If I'm
together.
pushing you, I have to be behind
No.
you.
If
I'll
If
be
you are not,
faster
if you are
than
not
you.
comfortable with
you
my
are
speed,
you are not comfortable with my speed. That means your speed is more than mine.
No,
That's why you
I'm
are pushing
behind
me.
you. I'm
No,
behind
no,
you.
no.
We are working together.
Who is this one?
The push. No, but honestly now we are working together now.
Now
You are pushing.
see somebody that is single is advising
you are
is advising people that are only aware of their problem. It's true. We are working together.
We are
that
working.
is true.
Yes.
Prudence.
I think I should just.
I should shake her on your
I
behalf.
don't know. I don't want to
Yeah?
shake.
I
No,
shake.
Thumbs up. I
I'm
was
done.
giving her.
Okay, it's
She's
thumbs
too
up.
angry
Share we
for
can-
shake.
It's
You
thumbs
can
up.
just close the show. Sis.
But honestly,
But-
you know, I think the best push that my wife can give me is not to push me to get to my destination faster, but she can propel me in getting there faster by appreciating all the efforts that I make,
That is the push.
including the negative ones.
Yes.
Because I didn't do the negative one thinking it was negative. No, I did it knowing fully well it was positive until it turned out negative. Why? I'm human.
True.
You know, women expect men to have known, even though they are most of the time right. But men, men are egotistical by nature of who they are. Men, you know, that masculinity is always there. There's this pride that you can jump on that snake to try to want to kill it, and you have never done it before. So when you get beaten twice by that snake, is that woman that will still take care of you?
True.
You see, but you were trying to. And by taking care of me, you shouldn't tell me next time, go and be a macho man. You see, we might
Forgetting the reason.
we might
why.
laugh about it. But if you go back, like Solo said, to remember the reason, I was doing it to protect my wife and my children. And I was beaten twice. And now you are saying next time use a stick instead of a. You know, sometimes they say a stitch in time saves 9, right? Sometimes men, we want fast results. We don't have the kind of patience that women have when it comes to dealing with issues. I know a marriage that I don't know where the marriage is right now, right? But I know a marriage that had problems because they were eager to make it. The husband was, and the wife now said, "Look, I am tired of you not being around in the name of hustling. So stay at home. Let's hustle together from the house. Don't be traveling and be staying 1 week, 2 weeks. And when he travels, what he makes, he sends back home. But she prefers presence than. So it cost them a serious. And he said, Madam, if you're asking me to stay at home, these children are growing. The first one will soon be in the university. And you know how universities are with their tuition issues. Let me keep doing this. It will, in between building a house, satisfying his wife sexually, feeding the family, being the responsible man that he is, taking care of his own business, traveling to look for deals, his boys stealing from the yields of his business in his absence, and all of that. The woman is pressurizing him to stay at home. And if you understand, even from creation, the instruction that God gave man has nothing to do with staying at home. If you go and check it, he said, man must, you must till the ground, you must provide, you must do this. Provision does not come by sitting in a comfortable zone. Except even if you are a thief, you have people that are working for you, you have machineries that are bringing you the money. But you have to go out there and see where you are stealing. Because there are places that you can steal and places you cannot steal from.
Of course.
If they give you the option of entering the house of a man whose place is well secured, but there's 10 billion, or they say there's 200,000 in this house, and they don't even have security man, which one will you want to? You want to go for the 10 billion. You arm yourself. You take the risk because that's what they do. But you see, what is expected from a woman is to keep encouraging her man. I told one, I said, look, you say your husband is cheating. I say, yes. I said, let him know that you are aware. But keep encouraging him.
To cheat?
No, no.
I like
He's a hustler. She likes the fact that he goes out, he makes the money, he brings it, he takes care of them. Right now, he's talking about their first son going out to study. And he has saved more than half for that child. But she says anytime he's sleeping, she goes through his phone, she sees this, she sees that. So I said, Madam, let him know you are aware, but encourage him to continue with the provision. You see, when you deal with man mentally, it's better. You win the fight faster than when you try to be a man to fight a man as a woman.
True.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. You sit down, you pray. You pray for your husband. You protect. You in the prayer, you say you are protecting him against women. It will haunt him. And when you start talking about other ladies that you think your husband is going out with, don't do it like you are fighting. Do it like because you love him. You cannot share him with anybody. That's why you are fighting for what belongs to you. No man will accept that he's cheating, even if they are. They will try to show you that, this thing you are saying is not true and all that. Tell him you are not debating. But you are just acting your position as his wife. I love you. You see, there are better ways to fight than to use strength that you don't have. You know, this strength, you don't have it. But you want to shout and shout and shout. One slap can make you not to talk for the next 1 month. If you have a stitch in your mouth, how can you speak? You can't even eat. This is not to give men no, not heads up, to give men idea of what to do to keep your wife mute. No, I'm just saying that mouth that you are saying, the Bible says in the multitude of words, chances are that you will sin. So why would you look up to the man that you stood on the altar and say, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, I will love you in any condition, and you are stop loving them, you stop loving the man, and you are showing, and the man has not said he has stopped. He's acting it. Maybe he has a few, one here, one there, one. He's acting it. He never said he has stopped loving you, but he's showing you. Which one do you think? That one has this repercussion before God, right? But as a woman, you should not be foolish enough to become the reason why you are falling out. Do you know that you and Solo are married today, for instance? And then you decided to leave his house after 2 or 3 children. And then he is single, you left with the children. Do you know that if both of you have the decision to remarry, he will marry faster?
Because I have the children with me?
No. He's a man, it won't tell on his body. So the man that is marrying you probably has been lusting after you, or he just wants to marry you maybe for what you have, and the day he finds out you have 3 children, there's a way he will treat you different from if he had married Prudence, who had never had a child.
But there are women that do well, they take care of themselves and they don't even look married, not to talk of them having a child, 2 or even 3 at all. So they may also...
In the mind of the man, why do you think even men that have children, it's difficult for them to love their wives fully? Why is the place quiet?
I'm expecting her to respond.
You see, it's a responsibility. Every man has a responsibility. And that responsibility, we fight it every now and then to make sure we love our wives better and better and better, even without encouragement. Even with the multiple discouragements. You see, most of the time when I talk with guys, when I talk with friends, when I talk with brothers, I find out that they are trying real hard to love their wives, but the wives are proving not lovable. By saying things like, you are coming back with 1 bread and this thing. See, you travel for 4 days. Meanwhile, only God knows how much you are giving women when you travel. And the man has been diligent going to offices from morning, Jemima, do you know how frustrating it will be wanting to see somebody?
But I don't think women will just say that without any prior knowledge of
No, say you
suspicion
don't
or an
think
idea.
you as a lady can say that.
No, I'm trying to think of women that are married. If your husband is responsible, you won't want to just throw out those words if you've not found him
Most of the
doing
time,
that
most
before.
of the time,
Or if he has given you
most
a
of the
reason
time
to
when women
suspect him.
criticize men, it's not as a result of what they see the man doing. It's as a result of what they hear the man doing.
And they've confronted him and he denied.
No, it's not the issue of denying. Men don't even have time to respond to these accusations now, if you notice.
They just laugh it off.
Yes, I sit with a lot of my friends and we talk. In fact, I was in Abuja. One cried on the table. He shared a frustration. Just last week, he shared a frustration of going to somebody's office for 3 days from morning till evening. They'll come and tell him, tomorrow you are the first person Oga will see. He will go back. And then they told him tomorrow. The third day, they told him tomorrow. He said he's not coming back. They said, please, just come. Oga is traveling by 12. So he will see you before he travels. Before 7, he was at that office. And then the Oga came. But he used the back door and left. And the next thing, the man was calling him from Lagos to say, I heard you wanted to see me. I'm in Lagos now. But once I'm back in Abuja, hopefully we'll see. He was telling us and he busted into tears. Why? It's not that that was his first time trying to see somebody. But when he came home, he was accused falsely for not picking calls, for not replying text messages, for not providing for this period of time, and he was borrowing money to fuel his car from his wife to go and see that man. So you see, there are certain times that you wake up and criticize somebody. Don't we hear our wives answering calls from men? We hear. But like me, in my mind now, my wife will be talking to a man, I'll be thinking, shh, thy boyfriend, you know. Why? Because my Bible tells me that as I think in my heart, that is the way I am. It's true.
Yes.
So if I start thinking, me too, if I don't know the science, why am I concluding? That's the issue. Of course.
Honestly. Yes.
So you see, I will not go and kill my marriage because I am assuming or I'm killing it predicated upon what I was told. No, why? Why? It's easier for men from wherever we are to trust that our wives are home taking care of their house and doing all of that, and God bless them. But it's easier for a woman to think, these men, when they go out, only God knows what they go out and do. So when you are saying, don't you think there are signs? Or I'm just saying you should say that for yourself. That's how you deal with the issue. When you see signs and you suspect. But there are women who are qualified in breaking homes for no reason. Madam, you are trying, you are always in this house alone. Is your husband a banker?
Yes.
What is your business with what my husband does?
Maybe you are just meeting her for 2 weeks
pastor,
or 1 month.
Why are they always traveling like that? They should create time for their families. If as a woman, if I hear that, I would never open my doors.
They just try to drop a seed in you.
It's gradual. It depends on how you open up. You say, madam, all these things. So even if your husband goes and comes back every day, you wouldn't even know. If he wants to do, he will do. Is it not men?
Man.
And when you start thinking that way, you condone that can happen to you and you don't have problems with that. And the Bible says that we are trapped. We are ensnared by the words that come out of our mouth.
True.
His men, they will go and do whatever they want to go and do. Your man will do it. And he will not do it is 100-fold because you prophesied. Whatever you say, you will see. Why not speak well about your husband? Why not speak well about your wife? Why not pray? My wife will not fall into this temptation. Even if she does, Lord, fish her out. Because nobody is created to be perfect. Zayima, you can't tell me that since you got married, you didn't see a man and say, wow, this man is handsome. And he ends there. That's how we are created. When you see a lady and you say, wow, this girl is pretty, something is wrong with you. Because you are created to like the opposite sex. There is no man that has not admired a woman that is not his own. There is no woman that has not and it stops at admiration. Because you are created to like beautiful things. Even a car that you don't know the name, when it passes by, you are like, wow, this car is beautiful. What is the name? Say, why are you liking a car that is 1993 model? Well, it's fine to me. Everybody has what is appealing to him. So, if you look at the reason why people step out of relationship, I say it's intention. What intention did you go into the relationship with? Money, the man is rich, okay. Heaven and earth will what? But what?
My word will remain.
What is the word? For better, for worse, for richer. I keep saying that. If you don't marry based on these things, if you are not willing to be in a relationship for this, forget it.
And I think people also fall out of love because they change. Like, should I say growth? They just change. Like the person you were in a relationship with is no longer the person that he is now. Probably influence from others or pressure, the whole pressure from people outside is making him to change. Others, their career, I think he spoke about career earlier on. You just want to attain a particular career height that the other person is not understanding. Probably that's not the understanding you guys had at the initial stage. And now it's just all about your career, your job, distance, you're moving. Like a lot of things are just happening and you're no longer interested. And then from all he has spoken about, assumptions as well. When you're suspecting, okay, I think this person is doing this, I think my partner is doing this, why don't you just ask? Instead of just assuming and throwing words, like the examples he gave, saying this here, saying that, why don't you just ask? Even if
give
someone
me an
is
example of how it should be asked.
okay, like the woman you said would come to the wife and say, is your husband a banker? Why does he always travel here and there and all of that? You can ask the husband. Probably you knew all his traveling and everything he does, but just to clear your mind more, you can ask
From
this,
what
this,
another
this
person
journey.
said
You ask
to
your
you.
husband.
No,
Sorry?
as in you ask based on the information you receive from the other woman.
Yes, probably not even immediately. She has planted a seed in you and it is growing. So instead of allowing it to become
even if
a
naturally that
full-grown
is how that
tree.
woman is, even if she's an agent.
well, you may not be aware of that. Even before it grows to a full-grown tree, you can just ask, this journey you're always going to, what exactly do you do there?
As a wife, you
ask.
wouldn't know.
That's why I said you may know, but because he travels
How can
constantly,
you not know that your husband travels?
repeatedly over a period of time, you have no idea what he does. You can ask.
Is she
I
traveling
don't
with him?
think it's such
The
a
woman.
bad thing to
No,
ask.
I think no,
because
I think it's a bad thing to ask.
No,
as a man.
You need to
This
understand
is
where
what
I
I
am
mean.
coming
This is what
from
I'm going
first.
to
Hold
say.
on.
No,
Let me
I'll not hold on.
explain.
You hold
we
on.
are married, right?
I am the one that made the point that
no,
you are making.
yes,
This
but
is
I started.
The owner of the point. Is the owner of the
We are
point.
married, right? And you have been traveling. Probably you've been traveling twice a week, and then all of a sudden you travel like 4 times in a week, and
Why
then
do I
you
travel?
go 2 weeks, and I've not bothered to
But
ask
why
you.
do I travel?
No, hold on.
Arnache,
I've not bothered to
eh,
ask you.
eh.
And then Prudence is here. Say, this your husband that keeps traveling. Hey, this person's husband, see what he did or see what he did. See what he did. Will it be bad for me to want to know the details of your
It
travel?
will be bad.
No.
No, it will
Not
be.
because I suspect you, but I want to be in the full picture
Madam,
of what
when
you're
you said
doing.
I was traveling twice a week, what was I going to do? Installing DCCs?
I had an idea what you were doing, but now it is now
So
4
it
times.
has grown
It is now 4 times a week.
because it has grown.
It wouldn't have just been
So,
installing.
madam, you think
DCCs.
if I told you I was traveling twice, now I am traveling 4 times,
Yes.
would I not tell you why I'm traveling 4 times?
Probably you didn't even see the need, and I didn't see the need to ask as well.
So
But
when
you
I'm
see-
leaving the house in the morning, I'll just carry bag.
no.
And when you don't see me after 3 days, you assume I've traveled.
No. That's
You see,
not what I mean.
that is
Probably
the point.
your responsibilities have increased.
Not
And I
probably.
don't know the details of it.
Madam,
okay,
do you
when
know-
I
do you
when
know how
I
expensive
when
it
I
is to
when
travel
I
in
install
Nigeria now?
DCCs,
I think-
I name children.
um,
I dedicate plazas. I visit the LCCs. it's not that bad for me to have an idea. Okay, apart from installing DCCs, why you had to travel more now is because you have added responsibilities. You now
any man that
visit
is traveling
churches.
will tell his family.
Just so that the
think
seed,
Jerima-
so that the seed that is planted,
Do you know-
if I'm
do you
not
know-
able to remove the seed and throw it away,
you know
and
what
it's
I would
growing,
agree,
I think
Jemima?
it would be good that I know.
Jemima, I would agree if you say, when I travel, maybe you saw something in my bag, or you saw a text on my phone, or you have a different reason to ask. That is different. But a woman came to the house and told you, this is your husband. Madam, you had a knowledge about who I am before the woman, before we even moved to the area that she found out that we are there. So now, does your husband travel?
Yes,
To where?
to different states,
How often?
monthly.
Okay.
Yes.
So now, if I tell you that, Madam, this is your husband's journey, you should check it, or you go and ask him.
I already have an idea what he
That
does.
is the
the
point.
point.
Yes, but where I am coming from, that is not the point.
Okay,
No.
what?
Yes,
okay, let's
because she
understand.
doesn't know about it, and someone is trying to put a seed in her. Now it is a totally different thing altogether. And this someone we're talking about may not be a stranger,
She just lives in the area.
or you know her.
She
Yes,
lives in the area.
or you know her.
Who knows her?
Yes, because for you to have agreed for that seed to be planted in you, you kind of know her. She didn't just appear out of nowhere.
Do you not know
Now,
that
my
women that are
point
always
is-
at home have visitors that their husbands are not aware are coming to their house?
Okay.
Yes.
And they are just Angwa people.
Yes.
Now,
just
my
people
point
in the
here,
neighborhood.
right,
them
is
not-
that it
not
is not
even
bad
up to
for
a
you
year.
to want to know more about what your husband does.
No,
He's
what is
traveling.
wrong? No, what is wrong?
Yes, so
But
that you
if
don't
the question is
assume,
predicated upon that woman's information, you have condoned what she has said.
so that you know how to answer her next time she comes back to you. So
She
that she
owes
doesn't
you
keep
explanation.
planting- No. Just so you
Not
know
an
how to shut
explanation.
her
I
off
think-
and then give
No,
I
a
think-
boundary.
No,
I'm
she
coming.
doesn't have
Excuse
the
me,
right.
Excuse
No,
me.
so
Excuse
that
doesn't have
me.
the
so
right
that
to know
next
that.
time she
One
won't
minute,
even.
She doesn't have the right
No,
to know that.
so that's right. So that next
okay,
time.
let's reverse the case.
Engineer Tony
Let's
and
reverse the
Jemima.
case. We have 5 minutes more. Moreover, we didn't start at 11. Viewers, she has stopped being the anchor of today. I'm the anchor of today, and I'm
We just
closing.
end it
I'm
from
closing the show when I feel it's right. Let's reverse the case.
Mm-hmm.
You are the wife. I am the husband.
Yes.
I work with the state government, but you are a businesswoman and you travel twice. And somebody comes to tell me, this is your wife's business. Other people are doing it too. Why is her own? She'll go and stay for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks. What is she buying? What is she selling? And then you come and I now said, this business that you are doing, that you are traveling, you used to go one day, the next day or the day after you come back. This one that you are staying for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, what are you people doing there? And then you just explain. Now you have to go to this market to buy earrings. The people that used to sell materials, they have left this market. You have to go to the market, which is 2 hours. And when you get there, you have to wait till 6. That's when they start. And then you move here, and you move here. And now, that's the reason. Hey, well, you know all these things. And you are a busy man. You leave early and come back. But it's still the same business. And it ended there. And then one day, all of a sudden, I discovered after 3 months that the reason why you asked me that question was because somebody did not trust me on your behalf.
But do you know that it does not stop at somebody did not trust you? When she said that, she instilled a certain kind of fear in you. So it's not just totally about what she told you. So you're not asking your husband just because she told you that. You're asking him because it has brought a kind of fear. So is now for yourself, not for her. And then you're more like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. It is for yourself, and then next time you know how to shut her off and create that boundary.
No.
in your own
It doesn't have to have a
You
next
don't
time.
even have
It doesn't
to
have a
acco-
next time because
Yes.
it was a random gossip she
Yes.
brought. If she had said, Madam, this trip that your husband has been doing, I want you to check it because we heard that last time he traveled. Do you know Naomi? The girl living behind. I heard that they traveled last time together. Somebody saw them. That's an information.
Yes.
But this woman that is
She's
talking to you
just
might even
throwing-
be a teacher that closes by 1. She has never traveled to Vom before. But she's talking like she has an idea that people who travel must come back after 2 days, even if they have not finished what they are doing.
Sometimes you need to know how to answer her. There are people that don't give up. They don't hands off. So they are constantly trying to win you over
That
at
is
the
because
end
they
of
are
the day.
welcomed.
Yes, so you know that, so that you know how to stop them.
No, they
Before
don't.
the-
It
the
doesn't have
gate.
to get to that level. I wish that this issue came up earlier in the show,
I
but
wish so
unfortunately
too.
we had to, because so,
Mm.
I don't think I should condone certain things. There are
Do
people.
you know why I am standing on this ground?
Mm.
There are people that are in this boat.
Mm.
A lot of women that have this mentality.
Most of the marriages
So that they don't keep
that
quiet
are breaking till
without
tomorrow.
confronting the
Most of the
husbands, and
marriages
then
that
they
are
are eating
breaking.
up. This is what will kill the whole marriage at the end of.
Most
so why
of the
don't you
marriages
just
that are
trash the
breaking
plant as,
is because
as it is
people
sprouting up?
heard. People heard. And if you heard something about your partner, you can confront your partner. But this one, she did not hear anything about the partner. She is instigating, she's
Yes.
insinuating,
Yes.
she's guessing,
Yes.
she's causing a
And
problem.
needs to be stopped right there.
How do you stop it? By stopping her from coming to your house.
Exactly.
Because you know, women, they can just go buy Maggie and meet a woman they don't know. You are the one in the house. I mean, how are you? And then she starts escorting them. Before you know
And
it,
tomorrow
that's
she
how
wants to come
easily
and get
women
salt.
become friends. They said your husband he likes sitting in that place. Before you know it. So you see all of these things. When you avoid certain things, you avoid unnecessary pressure on yourself.
True.
Now you are back to being the show.
And then you can also stop her at the same time.
No, you can. You should.
Yes, you should stop her there, even if that fear is being instilled
People that
in
should
your
be
mind, you stop
welcome in
her
your house
so she doesn't
are
come
people
back
that
tomorrow.
should tell you your husband is doing well for you people. I wish all the husbands are like that. Madam, there is this business, or we are doing contribution, or we are doing this, but when you start talking about people, it's a turn off for me.
So you stop her, and then you can also ask him
Ask him what?
about it.
About what?
I wish
The
this-
job.
I wish
You
this-
can stop her.
this-
What
this
I'm saying
topic
is, you
will
don't
come-
keep things in your mind.
Okay, let's peel the topic till next week.
Please,
If Jesus allows me to be in town, and
That's
Jemima and I must be on set. If two of us are not on set, they should take the week that we are available.
because
Change the
because
topic.
there are there are a
Yes.
lot to dig about this.
Yes.
And you
This
see,
is
I
our
understand from
everyday-
yes, I understand the point where
And
you're
I
coming
understand
from.
his point as well.
Yes, but you see, I think where he's coming from is where women are being insensitive to the man that they know they married 10 years ago. You are
And where
meeting
I am
somebody-
coming from
you are
is
meeting
where
s-
they keep quiet after like 15 years.
you see, if-
One woman came 15 years ago and said, do you get? So why don't you just ask and let it
You see,
get it over with?
if you are talking about this, we'll go back to the foundation. That's why I said it earlier. You know what you are going for. You know the man that you are saying you want to stay with him for better, for worse, like you said. And then the man is here, and then you are surprised. No, I don't think it should be. 10 years, and then you are meeting somebody 3 months, and she's telling you about what you are in.
And you are
10
willing to
years,
break what
and
you
are
have
actually-
built for.
No.
So you
It's
don't
exactly
feel
12.
that.
I
That's
think we
why
can
I'm
end
saying
the
you
show.
are.
Yes.
So the foundation, what we are saying, there are, like he said, some people are professionals. They are agents.
They're
Yeah.
instigators.
They are instigators.
That's
So-
why
so-
you should
so
stop
I
them
think
at
You-
that
you
point.
understand? So you
They don't even have a
condone them, you
second
don't
time
give
to
them-
come
Yes,
back.
yes,
give
yes,
them
Yes.
that
yes.
room.
All right,
You understand?
so-
Because
And you
know
should
your
let
man.
them know, Madam, I'm living peacefully with my husband.
Exactly.
I don't
That's-
want such insinuations.
That's why I
Period.
always say, if your man you agree to marry him is your wall, protect him. You know him, that's why you say it's your wall. Protect him. Anything that will just cause confusion around. She is making you happy. The journey all this while you are not complaining. Why are you complaining now?
Because
Simply
somebody
Just
Somebody
because
said-
of one
just
unimportant person.
came
What
and
you
said,
don't
Why
know
would
will
a
not-
fly
because
just
you want
come
to
and
plan something.
decide to spoil your food?
Those such people ask how their husbands are treating them first.
That's
They are
if,
not happy, so
that's
they want
even,
every other
even
person
if they are
not to be
together.
happy as well.
End the show.
That's the end of the show.
Alright,
Please, thank you.
exactly.
We'll come your way tomorrow. Thank you so much. God bless you. We're happy.
you.
You are.
The
you
show
are-
has ended.
Yes.
Give
Yes,
us closing
please,
montage.
bye.
Give us closing montage. The show has ended. Give us
Thank you,
closing
thank
montage.
you.